middle of a really big revision. And also I'm actually at my local library for the first time because my husband Rob is doing something here. And I think I can get my library card today. So it'll be fun. Say hey, Rob.
What's going on?
After we leave the library, I think I'm gonna maybe grab some food and then start writing. But for now, we're just at the library and I'm like kind of exploring and waiting for Rob's class to start. So guys, I got my library card for Charlotte. It's official. I'm a member of the library. Fun fact, when I was in New York, I did not have a library card at all. And I actually didn't even go to the library. And we were right around the corner from my house and my job. I don't know why, I just didn't go. So we were walking to the coffee shop after Ross class and we found a bookstore. Great books. This is where my book will be. It smells good in here. I could stay in here all day. I mean, honestly, I know we're not, but I could. Like a little reading area. So, we're just talking about his class. I think it went really well. There were so many kids in there. Like kids ages from like, I don't know, 15 months to like 6 or something. And it was literally like over 20 kids. The class went really well.
Over 30.
Yeah, it was probably over 30. It was definitely over 30 people in there because their parents were in there. And you know, it went really well. They were playing instruments. He was reading books to them. It was really, really fun. I got to talk to some of the moms. I really like this little like community that I moved in. And I found a bookstore, independent bookstore. So I found the second bookstore within my vicinity, and it was so nice. I could have stayed in there all day. I love independent bookstores because they just have like the little knickknacks and stuff that other stores don't have. And there's this, I'm looking right at a stationery store, but I know Rob's probably not trying to go in there.
No.
It was just a really fun day, and I just want to acknowledge the fact that my writing days are never this eventful. And this morning I've been to the library, an independent bookstore, and a coffee shop. Never this eventful. Usually my writing days involve me getting up, like doing my devotionals and stuff, making breakfast, and either sitting at my desk, on the couch, at the dining room table, or sitting in my bed and writing, and that's it. So I get out of my pajamas and just put on sweatpants or something. It's an adjustment working from home, because before when I was writing, you know, I was like 40 hours a week. Including my commute, I would be out of the house like 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. And so now it's like I have like more control over my day, I guess. Like I don't have to like write in the nooks and crannies, which I'm gonna do a video on that, like how to write when you work full-time. But now that I work from home and write from home, it's like I have the freedom, but at the same time the day can go by so fast. I have to really make sure I structure my day. Structuring my day is something that I'm not perfect at, and someone did request that I do a video on that. I'm not perfect at it yet. I do kind of rely on my planner for that. And when I write, I kind of try to do I can't remember the name of it. I'll put the name down here. But so when you do something for 25 minutes and then you break for 5, and then you do it for 25 minutes and you break for 5, that's the only way I can concentrate. And then it's like, okay, if I do this for 25 minutes straight, I'll get so much done. So that's kind of how I write or revise. Next year, me and Rob will have been together for 10 years. Next year. Not like married, obviously, but so we'll be celebrating our 10-year being together anniversary and then our 1-year wedding anniversary. So we have to take 2 big trips. That's the way I see it. Hello. Okay, so it is a little bit later. I'm about to write. I'm actually about to get another cup of tea, which I'm very rarely like a 2 cup of caffeine a day girl because I get jittery really easily. That chai tea was really, really good. Although it was really, really good, I'm still as sleepy as I was before. Like shortly after I finish these edits and turn them in, it's time to work on another project. So I'm really trying to really focus on these edits, and I really need like that caffeine punch. But I think I'm just gonna make like some sweet potato fries, just something really small. Because I'm not super hungry, but I have to eat with tea. Is anybody else like that? If I don't eat with tea, it makes me nauseous. This morning, I took that as like writer's research because I did go to the library, checked it out, see if that's a place where I can potentially write. I went to the bookshop, and I'm really trying to like get involved in like the bookish community here. So I went to that independent bookstore, and it is so cute. I cannot wait to go back and actually buy stuff. And the coffee shop right next door, which is so convenient, and I can kind of see if that's a place I want to write. But now, okay, like now I have to write. Okay guys, excuse my screen because I have a screen protector on this computer and it's dirty. I wanted to show you a little bit about how I've been tackling this revision. I'm using Scrivener. So in Scrivener, you can do like different folders for different chapters, and this book is dual perspective. So there's a character named Iris and a character named Daniel. So I just want to show you guys that and just keep that in mind. I'm going to turn the camera back over to me. Okay, so I showed you guys that little clip of like the folders in my Scrivener because that is like a big part of how I revise. This is my edit letter. I've like torn through it. It's all wrinkled up. Notes and highlights, notes and the margins and everything. And I print that out, and I also print out my manuscript, like the most current completed draft of my manuscript. So with this edit letter, there are a lot of big picture edits, but then there are some edits that are like very specific to like chapters or whatever. So what I do in Scrivener, every chapter is a folder. So if I feel like, oh, well, this scene is happening too soon, I can drag the folder and move it down. You can split the screen. So one side of the screen can be the manuscript, and one side of the screen can be notes or your synopsis or another chapter, anything like that. I read through the revision letter and I highlighted things that I definitely want to remember. And so for the big picture edits, I'm gonna make on one side of the screen, I'm gonna put like things to look out for in every chapter. Like for example, say my editor said that, just like hypothetically, say that she said like my pacing was too fast, or say that she said like it's too scary or something like that. I'm gonna split the screen, and then on one side I'm gonna have my notes. I'm gonna title it things to look out for. And on the other side is going to be the chapter I'm working on. So then on that side, I'm going to put things like, is there an opportunity in this chapter to do such and such with this character? Is there an opportunity to kind of put a clue here? Or is there an opportunity to foreshadow something? Is there, like whatever like the big picture edits are in this edit letter, I'm going to put that on one side of the screen. So as I'm typing and reading through my chapter, I can look and say, oh, okay, let me make sure I'm on track. Whatever the big picture things are. So that's like how I'm going to tackle the big picture revisions. And for like the specific things, I'm going to go through the chapter and I'm going to put a note for myself at the top of each chapter. I'm like trying to be hypothetical, but like say she said like in chapter 19, like why don't you swap this with this? And I like the suggestion or something. So I would make a note for myself and say like chapter 19, try switching this with this. And then I'm going to try it and see if it works. And if it does work, it'll check out. So that's how I'm going to try to do these revisions. Basically, I'm going to read through or kind of at least skim through each chapter and refer back to my big picture notes. I'm going to put those on like one side of the screen. So as I'm reading through the chapter, and I'll refer back to the big picture edits, and I'll be like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to like make this chapter more scary, so let me put something in this little sentence. Or, oh, this chapter is too scary, so this is an opportunity where I can take this out and stuff like that. And with Scrivener, it's so daunting because you have a section for the chapters, you have a section for characters, you have a section for notes, and then you can split the screen, and then you can have notes per chapter, a synopsis per chapter. Like Scrivener is like the real deal, and I love it so much because I can move chapters around. Like for instance, there is a chapter that I am going to move later into the story, so I'm going to actually take that chapter, read through it, make sure it works, then I'm gonna drag it into another place, and then I'm gonna like kind of go through and make sure that the chapter before and after it are still like cohesive with the chapter that I've moved. But it's just so easy to do it in Scrivener because it's really drag and drop. So I'm gonna go through each chapter and kind of skim through and refer to these notes, her big picture edits, her really specific suggestions. if I have enough time before I have to send in this edit. I'm sorry trees, but I do recycle. I'm actually thinking about printing it out again and just kind of reading the newer version. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I might just reread it on the computer, but I find that it's easier for me to visualize it as a book if I'm reading it on paper, because I don't really use ebooks. Every now and then I do, because I'm so big on reading it on the page, because it helps me visualize it as a book and not just something I wrote, if that makes sense. Then I can act as the reader and not the writer, and I can critique my work from a reader standpoint, and then I can see where it's like, oh, if I was reading this book for the first time, I would like this. Yes, that's what's going on. And I think my little lunch is almost ready. I'm gonna eat lunch while I kind of do this, and I'll try to get some clips of that. Okay, I have my tea, I have my little and this is like a plain mug. I feel like when you come on BookTube, like, you should have a mug that has like a writer thing on it. I have so many mugs like that. Wait, what am I talking about? So someone asked me on Instagram, do I have like a writer's notebook or something that keeps me on track to write every day? So I have 1,000 notebooks. Us writers, we love our notebooks and stuff. I have so many. And when I'm like starting the story, like say I'm trying to like get the idea of the plot, I have a thought like, what if I wrote a story about such and such? That's when I kind of notebook it. Like, I kind of write it down in a notebook. But for day to day, I use a planner, and this is Emily Lay's Simplified Planner. And the reason I like this planner so much is because it is a daily planner. So there's a page for every single day, except for the weekend. The weekend shares a page. My camera's been acting crazy, so I don't know if it'll focus, but on one side it's a to-do list, and the other side it's a line for every hour from 6 to 9, and at the bottom it's a note page. So that's how I kind of keep track of different, not only writing, but different things I have to do. Say I have to write, but I also have to, like, I don't know, like make a phone call or go somewhere, like run an errand or something. So then I'll put that on the to-do side. Say if my day is really busy, like I have to write, but I have to run some errands, or me and Rob are doing something, or I'm going somewhere with one of my friends, like anything like that, then I'll block schedule it, so I can always figure out like, okay, if I'm gonna like make sure I'm gonna get all this done, how much time can I spend on one thing? So that's kind of how I structure my day. I love that planner. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out. They're kind of pricey, but I pretty much like them for the most. Hey guys, so I moved to another room because where I was sitting at the coffee table, it was getting really dark. But I just wanted to come and update you guys. It went good in terms of planning, more planning. Like, I was like, okay, this is what I need to do for this chapter, this chapter, this chapter. Today wasn't like a day where I did a lot in terms of, oh, I got like a lot of writing done, like I was killing it in word count. Some days I can, like, at the end of the day I can look and see I wrote like 5,000 words today or something like that. But today was not one of those days. Victoria Schwab talks about this a lot. She says, like, some days she kills it, like she has like all these thousands of word counts, but some days the process either happens in your head or it's like something else, like it's like planning or editing or whatever. Like, I definitely have a really good feeling about the edits and where the story is going, and I feel more confident. Oh, I think Rob is here. Okay, so Rob just actually got here in the middle of that last clip, but I was saying that sometimes a writing day is like you're straight writing the words, especially when you're drafting, but when you're revising, it's more so like, what is that?
Nah, I just wanted to be seen.
Get out. It's more so like rearranging, moving stuff around. It doesn't feel like in terms of word count you're getting it done. But I feel like I definitely feel good about these edits. I have a solid plan in place. I think I am going to write a little bit later though after we eat. But I think I'm just going to take a break for now. So thank you guys for tuning into this writing vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know if you want more, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.